We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. It's a very nice proverb that exemplifies how we are influenced by the people that we keep close to us. That's why it's very important to be selective when building a team in the company. Here is the philosophy of Warren Buffett on the topic how to hire well. Over to you, Warren.
3 things in hiring people. Look for integrity, intelligence, and energy. And he said if the person didn't have the first 2, that the latter 2 would kill them. Because if they don't have integrity, you want them dumb and lazy. You don't want them smart and energetic.
This was a very brief but significant speech by Warren Buffett. 3 things are important to him: intelligence, positive attitude, and the 3rd thing is integrity. In a speech at the University of Georgia, he brought a little bit more flesh on this framework, and here it is.
So you've got to temper that advice a little bit. Play one game a little bit with me for just a minute, and then we'll get to your questions. I'd like for the moment to have you, have you pretend I've made you a great offer, and I've told you that you could pick any one of your classmates, and you now know each other probably pretty well after being here for a while. You could pick, you'd have 24 hours to think it over, and you can pick any one of your classmates, and you get 10% of their earnings for the rest of their lives. And I ask you what goes through your mind in determining which one of those you would pick. You can't pick the one with the richest father. That doesn't count. I mean, you've got to do this on merit. But you probably wouldn't pick the person that gets the highest grades in the class. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting the highest grades in the class, but that isn't going to be the quality that sets apart a big winner from the rest of the pack. Think about who you would pick and why. And I think you'll find when you get through, you'll pick some individual. You've all got the ability. You wouldn't be here otherwise. And you've all got the energy. I mean, you've got, the initiative is here. The intelligence is here throughout the class. But some of you are going to be bigger winners than others. And it gets down to a bunch of qualities that, interestingly enough, are self-made. I mean, it's not how tall you are. It's not whether you can kick a football 60 yards. It's not whether you can run the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds. It's not whether you're the best-looking person in the room. It's a whole bunch of qualities that really come out of Ben Franklin or the Boy Scout code or so, whatever it may be. I mean, it's integrity, it's honesty, it's generosity, it's being willing to do more than your share. It's just all those qualities that are self-selected. And then if you look on the other side of the ledger, because there's always a catch to these, free gifts and genie jokes. So you also have to, and this is the fun part, you also have to sell short one of your classmates and pay 10% of what they do. So who do you think is going to do the worst in the class? This is way more fun. And think about it again. And again, it isn't the person with the lowest grades or anything of the sort. It's the person who just doesn't shape up in the character department. I mean, we look for 3 things when we hire people. We look for intelligence, we look for initiative or energy, and we look for integrity. And if they don't have the latter, the first 2 will kill you. Because if you're going to get somebody without integrity, you want them lazy and dumb. I mean, you don't want them smart and energetic. So it's that 3rd quality, but everything about that quality is your choice. You can't change the way you were wired much, but you can change a lot of what you do with that wiring. And it's the habits that you generate now on those qualities, or those negative qualities. I mean, the person who always, claims credit for things they didn't do, that always cuts corners, that you can't count on. I mean, in the end, those are habit patterns. And the time to form the right habits is when you're your age. I mean, it doesn't do me much good to get golf lessons now. If I'd gotten golf lessons when I was your age, I might be a decent golfer. But someone once said the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. And I see that all the time. I see people with habit patterns that are self-destructive when they're 50 or 60, and they really can't change them. They're imprisoned by that. But you're not imprisoned by anything. So when you write down the qualities of that person that you'd like to buy 10% of, look at that list and ask yourself, is there anything on that list I couldn't do? And the answer is there won't be. And when you look at the person you sell short and you look at those qualities that you don't like, if you see any of those in yourself, egotism, whatever it may be, selfishness, you can get rid of that. I mean, that is not ordained. And if you follow that, and Ben Franklin did this, and my old boss Ben Graham did this at early ages in their young teens. Ben Graham looked around and he said, who do I admire? And he wanted to be admired himself, and he said, why do I admire these other people? And he said, if I admire them for these reasons, maybe other people will admire me if I behave in a similar manner. And he decided what kind of a person he wanted to be. And if you follow that, at the end you'll be the person you want to buy 10% of. I mean, that's the goal in the end. And it's something that's achievable by everybody in this room. So that's the end of the story.
Let's dive a little bit deeper into the concept of hiring by Warren Buffett. Let's have a look at the first factor that's important to Warren Buffett. It's intelligence. Unfortunately, it's not a unique selling proposition. There are so many smart people on this planet, and usually when anybody finished a university degree, it's a sign of intelligence. And believe me, when you go out there on the market, there are so many smart people, and this is not a clear USP, but you want them smart. The second positive trait is positive attitude. Having negative people in the company can influence the company culture in a very toxic way. So the second thing that we are looking at are people that show positive attitude, that know how to compliment, to be thankful, to be grateful, and who give credit to others when they deserve it. But the third most important attribute that Warren Buffett is looking for, and it's the most important one, is integrity. This is something that is very rare in the world, especially in these days. And people that show integrity, positive attitude, and are intelligent are the real game changer in any company. If you have the opposite, then use the cases like, just follow the link below, Wirecard. It's the negative example to that. But what can we do to spot integrity, and what is it? I have prepared a nice definition from the internet. And integrity, basically. Integrity is the act of behaving honorably even when no one is watching. People with integrity follow moral and ethical principles in all aspects of life. Integrity should extend to professional areas at work, such as decision making, interacting with colleagues, and serving customers or clients. Employers who are committed to hiring employees with integrity are better equipped to provide high quality service and maintain a positive reputation. When employees have integrity, their managers can trust their team is working diligently. This is a very nice definition. It's coming from the internet. Just ask Dr. Google. And now let's go a little bit further and talk about the signs that help us to spot integrity. First one is gracious. Those with integrity know how to be grateful when they get help from other people. The minimum they can say is thank you. They don't think it's granted to get help from other people. They don't consider it as a gift. They just are grateful to other people when they deserve it. Those with integrity usually hire people that show integrity themselves. The exact opposite of this behavior are the people who feel that they are entitled to receive something for free. And those people don't really help neither as an employee nor customer or an investor. The second sign that helps us to spot integrity is being respectful, treating other people with respect, especially when the going gets tough. Integer people just stay calm in such a situation, and even when they are voicing their thoughts and saying their opinion, they treat the people with other opinions with the same respect like they treat themselves. The third one is honesty. People with integrity really like being honest, they don't lie, and they have the ability to voice their honest words in a very careful and diligent way so that it can be easily taken and accepted by other people. People with integrity don't blame other people. People with integrity, when they are honest, they also give credit when they belong to someone who achieved or accomplished a task, especially when they are in a leadership position and their team members do something extraordinary well, then they give the credit to the team member and don't claim it for themselves. And on the contrary, when a team player, when a member of a team doesn't perform very well, they take the blame on themselves and have a private speech with the team member. They don't blame them. The fourth one is trustworthy. People with integrity don't over-promise and under-deliver. People with integrity make accurate plans and deliver on time what they promised. The fifth one, being patient. It's the opposite of being impatient and want everything done very quickly at the same minute. People with integrity know that sometimes we over or underestimate plans, that sometimes the going gets tough, unexpected things appear, but in all this situation, they stay very calm, very relaxed. They know how to cool situations down and also help other people to relax in tense situations, and they treat people respectfully. People with integrity know that open communication is necessary in companies to keep the work flowing very quickly and to find solution. They are not very much into gossiping or talking behind people's back. They really get in touch with the colleagues that they think are important to solve a situation. They don't blame the colleagues, they just sit together and find a solution. The next one is positive attitude. They always have friendly words for everybody in the company besides treating people respectfully, and they laugh, they smile, and they do their best to hide their emotions when they have a bad day. And the last one is people with integrity are always hard working. They want to get the job done, they want to get it done in a high quality and in a short period of time. So let's look at 3 examples from corporate life that are a good indication that we are dealing with people that have the character trait integrity. The first one is, how do they deal with gossiping? That can happen in every company. You see this colleague standing at a coffee and talking about other colleagues, which is not a huge problem if they praise their successes. It only starts becoming a problem when someone has a situation with another colleague, and instead of addressing this issue with this colleague, they meet with another colleague and spread negative news intentionally. How do people with integrity handle that situation? First of all, they stay friendly and respectful when they hear gossip, and they listen to the gossip and show a little bit of empathy, but then they make a huge difference. as they suggest, please discuss this problem that you have with this colleague directly with this colleague. He's not in the room, so I cannot make any judgment about the situation. Please approach your colleague, find a solution, and then come back to me and we discuss it in a group and see how we can improve. The second situation in companies that frequently arise has to do with accountability. We as human beings are far away from being perfect. Mistakes happens, people fail, it's natural, and anytime when we try something new or have a new project, not everything goes according to plan. So how do people with integrity handle the situation? First of all, when they fail, they quickly think about how to solve it, how to resolve it, and how to fix it without getting a real task assigned by their boss. And they go one step further. When they fail at something or make a mistake, they inform their boss and say, okay, look, I didn't solve the situation quite well. Here is the solution I'm thinking about. Are you in? Can I do it? Usually they say yes and they're happy about such employees. This is the way how you show accountability in a company. And the third situation is giving credit, especially when working in a team. There is this proverb who says that every accomplishment in a team is the team's success, no matter who did it. In reality, it sometimes ends up when you have a team of 5 people that one is working and 4 are getting the credit. Teams with integrity don't do that. So if anything goes well within teamwork, people with integrity give credit to the person who deserves it. They don't claim it for themselves or say it was mine when they know somebody else did it. That are my thoughts. That are the thoughts from Warren Buffett, a little bit spiced up with my ideas and thoughts around the topic about how to hire people. And let's finish this YouTube video with what Warren Buffett said earlier in the video. You need 3 traits in people: integrity, intelligence, and positive attitude. And when people miss the first one, the last thing you want them is being smart, because then they really mess up your company. Have a great time. If you like the video, you can like the video here. You can subscribe to the channel if you think I should produce more videos like this, and leave a comment and tell me where I can improve, and I'm very happy to read it and integrate it in my work. Have a great time.